guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl and today I'm here to bring you my review of Winter by Marissa Meyer. I finally finished this book and so that means I finally finished this series, and boy oh boy was this book a ride. This is the fourth and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series, which is a series that I've been reading for probably the better part of a year, maybe a year and a half now. I own the first book, Cinder, but I haven't actually bought the rest of the series, which is why you see this beat up library copy here. But I love this series. Cinder was an alright book. I've talked about it a few times on my channel before. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Every book in the series after Cinder was just phenomenal. The first part of this review, like usual, will be spoiler free, and then I'll kind of get into my spoiler filled thoughts afterwards. So overall, I really did enjoy this book. I gave it a 4.5 stars. The only reason it didn't get a full 5 stars to me is that it felt very, very rushed. They had been leading up to the events of this book for the first 3 books, and then they threw it all in one book, and this book is 800 pages long because it has those super duper thin pages, but it still felt very rushed. It still felt like the book could have benefited from being more than one book. However, the way Marissa Meyer has done the series is that every book follows a different main character. So Winter was a new character added, and if she split it into another book, she would have had to add a new character in, tie that story in somehow. So I understand why she didn't, and I understand why she kept this one book. However, like I said, it did feel very rushed. There was a revolution in this entire book. Every book up to this point was leading up, and then they completed the revolution in just one book. So it was a little rushed. Other than that, I love the characters. I love the adventures they got up to. This book kept me on the edge of my seat. I really did not know what was going to happen next. It wasn't super predictable, which is what I was afraid of. But yes, overall, I really do love this series. Let me know down below if you guys want me to do a full series review. I can do it kind of spoiler-free or spoiler-filled, depending on what you would like. But yes, overall, this series is fantastic. If you like sci-fi, if you like fantasy, if you like kick-ass female characters, I highly recommend picking it up. So, my spoiler-filled thoughts. It's been a while since I've read this book, to be honest, so I don't remember every single detail, but I do remember overall just absolutely loving this book, like I've said already many times. I like Winter as a character. I like that she was a little quirky and out there, and the fact that all of that stemmed from the fact that she was basically driving herself insane by not using her powers. I liked the story behind why she doesn't use her powers is fairly sad. I like the way Winter's narration and her storyline was tied in with every other character's. It didn't feel forced. It made sense. Winter remembered Cinder as a friend, and Cinder was kind of like, I was very young when all this happened. Sorry, I don't remember you. I liked how unreliable Winter was as a narrator. Some of the stuff that was happening, you didn't know if it was legitimately happening. Obviously, the more crazy stuff like her being made of ice or blood coming from the walls, you know that wasn't happening. But some of the more minor things, you were like, is this genuinely happening? Is she going crazy? I liked that. We don't get very many unreliable narrators, and so it was really nice to see that. I like the multiple point of views. Cinder is still probably one of my least favorite characters of the series. Now, don't get me wrong. I like her as a character, but Cinder and Kai, they're alright. They didn't grab my heart the way that Scarlet and Wolf do. Ugh. But I like all of the characters. I really do like the way their storylines have come together. It all culminated in one final battle. I wasn't quite I knew they were going to win, because obviously they're going to win. But I wasn't sure what kind of losses they were going to sustain. My favorite characters of the series were Scarlet and Wolf. And when Wolf's greatest fear was being turned even more into a wolf by the Queen, and it happened, and Scarlet was basically like, I don't care, but kids are probably going to be afraid of you. Like, that was the best thing ever, because they are like my favorite ship of the series. I don't know why, but I just love them so much. But yeah, this book, while not as good as Scarlet or Cress for me, because like I said, it felt very rushed, I do like the direction the story took. Queen Levana is just batshit crazy. She's obviously insane. She's does these awful, terrible things. I liked that you got to see under her glamour to know truly what she looks like and how grotesque and awful she basically looked because of her burn marks. And yes, overall, I think this was a solid conclusion to the series. I know there's the 2 novellas, I think. There's Fairest and there's Stars Above. I've heard very negative things about Fairest, so I'm not sure if I'll pick that up. I know it revolves specifically around Queen Lavanna, but I think I probably will pick up Stars Above because I've read some spoilerly filled things, so I know that it also includes kind of an epilogue and where are they now with the characters, and I'm very interested about that. But yes, overall, I do highly recommend this series. If, as I've said before, if you want to see a full series review, just let me know in the comments below, and I would be happy to film that. So yeah, that's my review of Winter by Marissa Meyer, the fourth and final book in the Lunar Chronicles series. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read this book or this series, and if you've loved it, or if you were disappointed with it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!